We're going to do a day with sequences. Then we'll get a day review tomorrow for the test Thursday. All right, so to start with, sequences, they're going with the patterns. What is the pattern going on here? Plus 3. So we got to be able to identify that a lot of times. There are two different ways we can write our sequences. We can write them explicit or recursive. All right. Recursive are the ones that have the a sub 1. They tell you what the first term is. So we start off, we'd have the a sub 1 equals, and that's the first term. So what's the first term here? 3. It's that easy. Then for the actual formula for it, it starts off the a sub n equals, and what you have is the a sub n minus 1, and whatever is being done for the pattern. So we said the pattern's plus 3, so we got plus 3. That's it. Everybody good with that one? Recursive are the ones that are a little bit easier, I think, to write. Sometimes you see them as the next now, where it's the next one equals now plus 3. That's just a different type or a different way of doing it. For the explicit formulas, we need to make these like ordered pairs or like a table. So that's term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. And what we're kind of looking at that like is the term number, the 1, 2, 3, 4 I just wrote, those are like x values. The amounts, the 3, 6, 9, 12, those are like your y values. All right? So we're going to find the slope. We'll use those 2 points there. So our change in y from 3 to 6 is 3. Change of x is 1. So that means we got a slope of 3. All right? Can do y minus mx to find our y-intercept. So if we take a y value, I'll use those, minus 3 times x value is 1, that's 0. So we would have y equals 3x with a normal linear function, right? But since it's not a linear function, instead of y, they're going to have a sub n. And instead of the x, we're going to have the n for the term number, okay? The explicit ones are best for when you're predicting term numbers. So if I needed the 100th term, doing this is going to take a while, isn't it? And you're going to have to keep track of adding 3, adding 3, adding 3, adding 3. Doing this is pretty easy. If you need the 100th term, you put 100 in for n, it'd be 300. Make sense? Any questions on those? So sometimes, and your test will have a couple like this, or at least one like this, they give you the sequence one way and ask for you the other way. So go ahead and give that a try. Let's see if we can get the explicit formula. in. What you got?
A n equals 3n plus 2.
All right, so the recursive formula, what that helps us with is we're going to get two of our terms, okay? So our first term is 4. What's our second term? 7. We put 4 in, 4 plus 3, that makes 7. All right, so now we basically got our two ordered pairs. We got a 1, 4 and a 2, 7. So change in y will be 3, x, 1. With the terms like this, change in x is pretty much always going to be 1. So if we do y minus mx, we'll use this one here. We got 4 minus 3 times 1, that's 1. So we would have a sub n, because that takes the place of the y, equals our slope times n plus 1 for our y-intercept. Any questions on that? The explicit formulas work just like linear functions. To get the linear function, you need two ordered pairs, though, so you have to find the second term. Pretty easy. Just follow the directions on it, okay? Find the explicit formula for this one. A little bit different. The change in x not going to be 1 this time. Occasionally, they'll give you two terms and ask for it from the two terms. Everything's I got it.
A n equals 3n plus
5 to 23, how much does that change? 18. 1 to 7, how much does that change? 6. So we'd have 18 over 6, 18 over 6, that's 3. All right, so basically that's our slope. If we do y minus mx to get the y-intercept, if I use that first one, my value is 5, x value is 1, that gives me 2. So we would have y equals 3x plus 2 if it was a linear function. With a sequence, we just change that to our a sub n equals 3n plus 2. Okay? Any questions on that? All right, find the first 4 terms for that sequence. Who's got it?
4, 7, 10, 13.
Nope. Sophia? Explicit, when it's explicit, you put the term numbers in for each one. So term 1, we put a 1 in. So we'd have 4 times 1 plus 3. That's 7. That's our first term. Then we put a 2 in. 4 times 2 plus 3, that's 11. You might figure out the pattern eventually. It's just adding 4 each time, but we can keep plugging them in. That's 15. 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 makes 19. There's your first 4 terms. Any questions on that? With explicit, you just got to keep plugging them in. If it's recursive, then you got to keep using the previous one to kind of just follow the directions. Like so. First 4 terms for the recursive one. All right, who's got it?
8, 4, 0, and -4.
8, 4, 0, -4 is correct. First term gives it to you. Then it tells you what we're doing. We're doing that term minus 4. So 8 minus 4 is 4. We put the 4 in. 4 minus 4, 0. 0 minus 4, -4. We got -8, -12. Keep going down by 4. Okay?